Behind the scenes at the Rochester Opera House, the holiday season has begun as members of Portsmouth's Safe Haven Ballet are transforming into residents of Whoville.
Around the Christmas tree, presents hanging there for you and me. Let's all shine merrily.
It is the beginning of their holiday tour, where they will perform The Grinch and The Nutcracker at various venues across the Granite State. Safe Haven's mission goes beyond their beautiful stage productions. They are blazing a new trail in the ballet world, thanks to the vision of their founder and director, Lissa Curtis.
Safe Haven Ballet started in 2019, which is 5 years ago, so this feels like a big milestone year for us. And we started just offering weekly free trauma-sensitive classes for survivors. Fast forward from the weekly free trauma-sensitive classes, now we've expanded, and now we're 3 years in this beautiful studio behind me. We've been here, this is into our 3rd year, and so now we are calling ourselves the first trauma-informed, that is like our new lingo, trauma-informed professional ballet company and school.
Safe Haven started as a way for Lissa to continue healing from her own trauma.
I have a tattoo that says "Be brave," and it was a constant reminder that while I was fighting my court cases that lasted almost 10 years against my abuser, that I was like, you know what, I am not going to give up. I am not going to give up, and I am going to persevere, and I am going to help the next woman, the next man, the next child. I am going to give back and not let the darkness succumb to me. I feel like Safe Haven is built on respect. And that sounds maybe overly simple, but it's overly true. And the past companies I've worked with, other colleagues that are in other companies across the country, there is just a lack of respect, honestly, for dancers and how you're treated, what's expected of you. You're expected to be silent, and just obey orders. You're expected to just do, and not question.
Some of the things Safe Haven does differently than other ballet companies.
A big one is we welcome everybody in for auditions. We actually look at who comes in our doors for the audition, and we cast based on ability, not on body size. So we cast based on talent, hard work ethic, and who's deserving of that. We actually have a permission to touch policy. So we ask first, which the young ones in this generation may not know that, but it's we are giving the power back to them. It is their choice if they want us to correct their flag.
Lissa's mom is the head of the Safe Haven board and part of the mission to help make the ballet community a safer one dancer at a time.
Lissa, as well as any others that have this idea that the old needs to be changed and the new blood needs to come in, and part of that needs to be trauma sensitive, because most of the dancers here and other places, they all have stories of some form of, whether it's abuse or trauma. And I do the interviews for our company members, our apprentices, and I hear all the stories, and I've been shocked.
Lissa started dancing professionally at the age of 14, and Safe Haven is part of her journey to reclaim what she loves so dearly and help others do the same.
And I went from the person in the room that needed help to being the person in the front of the room helping others. And I will never take that for granted. It's we're helping people, and we're helping people through the arts. It's so cool, and we're helping people by putting on shows, which is so much fun, by the way.
A robust company of dancers with impressive resumes now call Safe Haven home. Many moving across the country to dance for a company where they say they feel safe and accepted.
The lights on my tree, I wish you could see.
Felt very, very professional, but it also felt very welcoming and comfortable, which you don't see that a lot in professional ballet.
Coming here, walking through the first time auditions, it was a breath of fresh air. I was like, I can relax, I can breathe. What is this? I found my home. I found my place where I can be myself, no judgment, no harsh criticism, no yelling, and it's just, we're here to uplift each other.
If we're going to be dancing anyway, it'd be nice to be building something positive with it. I was really drawn to like the work that she's trying to do. Somehow ballet is really sort of stagnated into really negative place, and like under the guise of perfectionism, but I think a lot of it's unnecessary. I think we can achieve high quality. I think we can entertain audiences, be a sustainable business without a lot of the problematic practices that you find in the industry. I don't think we need them.
Lissa and her team at Safe Haven hope to expand their trauma-informed mission and to keep taking the stage doing what they love.
My prayer has been, okay, God, like, take the pain I've been through, let me help other people, let me help others. And those prayers have been answered.
I want people to know that we're here because we're doing something different, something that nobody else is doing. And we're making the world a better place. We're making the ballet world a better place. And we're helping people. And isn't that what it's about?
It's winter again. See the snowflakes falling.
Winter sports are calling.
It's winter